You are sitting in a meeting, or perhaps standing in a crowded room, when someone aims a sharp, unfair criticism directly at you. The immediate instinct is to strike back. You might think that explaining your hurt feelings or defending your honor proves your strength. In reality, the moment you lose your temper, you hand your enemies the exact information they need to dismantle your position. A sudden confrontation creates a physiological vacuum. The brain's logical security system, the prefrontal cortex, powers down, leaving only the emotional core in control. Without that filter, your mouth functions as a confession booth, leaking specific vulnerabilities and providing manipulators access to your internal pressure points. Niccolò Machiavelli understood that power does not belong to the loudest voice or the sharpest facts. It naturally gravitates to the person who remains entirely steady while everyone else fractures. It is time to stop reacting and start neutralizing their influence. Commit to taking your power back right now by dropping this affirmation in the comments. I am the storm, but I show only silence. Mastering your own internal response is the mandatory first step. Until you control yourself, you cannot hope to control the outcome. You cannot simply order your brain to stay calm when your heart rate spikes. During a flood of adrenaline, the mind takes its cues from the physical state of the body. To seize dominance, you must lock down your physical anchors first. Slow your breathing, pull air from your belly, plant your feet firmly, and keep your hands completely still. Tapping fingers or crossing arms broadcasts agitation. When your brain registers deliberate, unmoving stillness, it interprets the environment as stable, which allows your logic to take the wheel back from your fear. This process relies on emotional detachment. By visualizing a vertical boundary, an incoming insult ceases to be a personal attack and instead converts into neutral, manageable data. Treating aggression purely as information allows you to ignore the emotional bait, replying with analytical precision. By removing your ego from the room, you eliminate the target the manipulator was aiming for. Manipulators rely heavily on urgency. They push you for rapid answers to build momentum, hoping that speed will force you into an error. You break this rhythm using a delayed response. When they expect you to snap back immediately, you provide a long, heavy pause, shifting the pressure of the moment back onto them. This creates weaponized calmness. Your steady, unmovable presence acts as a direct contrast to their chaotic energy. That stark energy mismatch forces the aggressor off balance. They expect a fight. Instead, they find a mirror reflecting their own agitation, causing them to suddenly question their own behavior. In this silence, the most damaging mistake you can make is to begin justifying your actions. The minute you explain your motives, you surrender your authority and signal that you are seeking their approval. Machiavelli noted that dirty players do not listen to your truth to understand you. They listen solely to extract contradictions that they can use against you later. Withholding your reaction creates an impenetrable sphere. The jagged ridges of your excuses disappear, leaving a smooth surface with no area for an attacker to strike. By refusing to explain your boundaries, you starve the manipulator of the emotional fuel required to keep the attack alive. Beyond body language and data detachment lies a final psychological transition: absolute strategic silence. Many people fear quiet moments, assuming that ignoring an attack is a sign of weakness or an act of surrender. Silence actually causes severe cognitive dissonance in an aggressor. When you refuse to argue back, you rob them of all validation, which short-circuits their expectation of a fight. The attacker is left standing there looking foolish. They exhaust their own energy obsessing over why you didn't react, effectively shouting into a void. While they burn themselves out, you move forward completely unbothered, having transformed from a reactive target into a force that cannot be moved. Subscribe to the channel to keep building your psychological armor. And before you go, cement this mindset by typing the affirmation in the comments one more time. I am the storm, but I show only silence. True dominance is rarely achieved by striking back. It is achieved by holding your ground and letting the enemy exhaust themselves against your silence.